Welcome to Power Your Life Today. I'm Kristy Jo, mind and body strategist. And in today's power session, I'd like to help you learn how to make tough decisions. Chances are you've already made a lot of tough decisions in your life, and chances are you have a lot to come. Now, what are the odds you have one right now that you need to make, which is how you found this session. So let's talk about this. It could be in a job, it could be in relationships. Maybe you're thinking of starting a family. Where should you go to school? Should you return to school? Should you put your parents in an elderly care home? Should you get the treatment? Should you get the surgery? I mean, the possibilities are endless. Big decisions are tough and they can sometimes paralyze you, and you're fearful of the unknown. You don't know what's gonna happen, and you just feel stuck. So if you're really stuck, I'm going to ask you to review my podcast and my power session on overcoming that fear. But let's move through something I call the analysis. And it's a big deal, but you have to stop and do this. A lot of people, when I teach this, they say, yeah, sounds good, I'll do it. And they don't. I'm telling you right now, this is powerful. Force yourself to do it. All you need is a piece of paper and a pen. Down the center of your paper, draw a line, and then at the top, write down the decision that you're trying to make. Let's use the example of where should I go to school, okay? So maybe you're returning to school, maybe you are getting ready to graduate high school, woohoo! Whatever that is, we're gonna use this example. So down the left-hand column, you're going to write all of the pros of a particular decision. So let's say, for the sake of I'm in Utah, let's say a difference between going to University of Utah versus Brigham Young University. So the pros of going to Brigham Young University, I'm going to write down all of the pros. I can think of everything possible that comes to mind, from the academia to location to the people to the opportunities within hobbies to the tuition or whatever that is. And then you write down all of the cons on the right-hand side. Now you're going to use a numbering system. Once you've got all of those ideas written down, you're going to use a numbering system 1 through 5 to determine the value of that particular aspect to yourself. So 5 representing, this is very important to me, this is crucial, I feel it in my heart and my soul, I have to have this. And a 1 being like, it's whatever. So go down and you're going to number all of these, and you may need to take a few moments to really think about what is the value of this particular thing. Let's say, what's the value of being able to, in my circumstance that I'm going to tell you my story in a moment, is that I wouldn't have a ton of attention in dancing. That was a con of me going to BYU when I was back in the day of deciding where to go to school. There was tons of dancers. So that was a con, and was that important to me to be able to do solos in front of people? Yeah. So that was a big 5 on the con, right? So once you have your numbers, you're going to add them up. You will see those scores at the bottom. Once you see those scores, it's going to be pretty easy to see whether it's a con or whether it's a pro. So for me, back when I was in college deciding where to go to school, the cons for me, particularly to go to Brigham Young University, it just wasn't the right fit for me. So that helped me make the decision. I was deciding between 5 schools at the time. I was deciding between BYU, Idaho, University of Utah, what is the one in Logan? Utah State University, Dixie State University, where I actually ended up deciding to go. And because the pros on that sheet were so strong. So I need you to sit down and really do this analysis. But here's the real key. Once you get to that point of finding out where your pros and cons lie, you got to get to work. Here's what I've learned about life. You can't sit still for too long. Deliberation is important. Being mindful of all of the things that play into a decision are important, but when you have the feeling of this is the area I want to go in, this is the direction, it's like you're a ship. You need to get out of the harbor. Get out onto the open sea, open your sails up, because at that point, I truly believe God is able to help direct you, and He can sometimes shift you a different direction, but not if you are just sitting still. Be a person of action. Have you ever heard this? It's a quote by, I believe, St. Augustine, and he said, pray as if everything depends on God and work as if everything depends on you. I think that's the power here. So be deliberate in looking at the pros and the cons of every decision. Get out to work and pray. Be open to guidance as you are moving. You can make that big decision. I know you can do it. Have the faith in yourself, have the faith in God, and let's get to work. Do your analysis and power your life today. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, please share it with one person who comes to mind. Investing in yourself is the best investment you're ever going to make, because when you improve your life, everybody around you improves their lives too. Subscribe to this channel so you are really sure to catch our next power session together, so you can continue to power your life to one of more service, value, and love. Until then, power your life today.